Coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo, 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Guyana, join me on the Lall Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Lall Show only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
19 hours 21 in Guyana, right across the Eastern Caribbean. It is Monday. It is December 5th, 2022. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Lall Show, where we tell it as it is. I have the man of the moment here with me, and we're ready to rumble, as we say. So it is time for me to hand things over. Let me just remind you, immediately after his presentation, you can call us this evening on 226-745-324 for WhatsApp calls only, 622-2222 or 624-6456. Sir, namaste, and I trust that you had an enjoyable weekend, and so over to you. It's time to rumble.
We were in Berbice, and it was a fantastic trip. Met some beautiful people right across Berbice to Gravel Creek. Went to some of the markets. Oh boy, Joshua, you need to go there. You need to see how people punishing in Berbice. You got to see the amount of beggars in the markets. You want to cry for these people. Bernard was there, begging.
Even the people selling begging to buy something.
The people that selling, right? You know, normally you just beg people to buy.
Mm-hmm.
They say even if you not buy left or something with them, no?
Oh my God.
This is what is happening in the fastest growing economy on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Guyana. As for the roads, man, you know, I had a smile driving up there. Potholes, stump holes, you name the holes, man.
They're there.
Pee holes, man. You don't want to know. You gotta go there to see, Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as I was driving, I had a few friends in the vehicle, we were chatting. And one of them, who heard my program, had to say, Glenn, you remember? They took a loan of 190 million American dollars from the British Bank and IDB. US dollars, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the man had to remind me, I say, yeah, man, I know these things don't come out my head. To build a bush road. A bush road where dog and cat and snake are run upon. And not the Berbice Road or the Georgetown Road or the Essequibo roads. You know why they're doing that? Oh, I forgot to introduce Mr. Bob. Victor Bob, only one in the country. Only one in the world, he said. Nobody else have that name, Victor Bob. Welcome on board, man. Thanks for joining me, you know. He lives in New York, and he's paying us a visit. Mr. Bob, you know why they're borrowing money to fix Bush Road?
I have no idea.
Because that is where they could huff the money. That's where they could huff everything and just put a bulldoze the road and say 190 million gone, American dollars. $190 million can fix actually the entire Berbice Road, all the potholes and everything overnight. Bang, bang. But this is the leaders you have. Mr. Bob, like I said, Bernard, namaste, guys. People should be blessed in life with friends who are like both mirrors and shadows. Mirrors don't tell lie, and shadows never leave. Those words remind me of the poem, Footprints in the Sand. Remember? You know that story?
Yes.
Yeah, Footprints in the Sand. We should all be blessed with politicians that don't lie to us. And their shadows should never leave us. They must always be there for us, Uncle. Looking out for us, doing the best they can. Not true, brother?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Good. And I learned something new today, Bernard. Something so new that it made me smile, and I say I have to share it with the Guyanese populace. polish the dull side if you can't see the bright side of life. You like it, Bernard?
Yep, definitely.
Bright up your day, even if you don't have lights, with a candle or coconut husk. You know, I used to do that in Wakanam. You know, back in my growing up days, we light candle or light the coconut husks to give you lights. Yes. Mm-hmm. Don't do what happened today. Light up the hawks. Don't thief current. A very sad story. I want to share it with you guys before I begin the real heart of tonight's issue. Two young people, husband and wife, walking into their yard to get in their home at Success squatting area. And both of them dropped dead. Yes, they dropped dead. They stepped on an illegal live wire, and the dull side of life took over. This is the fastest growing economy on earth. The richest country per person, and people got to be thieving electricity, risking their lives day and night. Had we gotten our rightful share, Mr. Bob, of that oil deal out there, not a single soul would have had to thief electricity. Every home should have already had free electricity. Yeah, man. Exactly. The homes would have been properly wired from the post. Nobody had to go walk on a live wire to kill themselves. Yes, 2 people dropped dead, and more will drop dead, Bernard, in years to come.
Definitely.
You know why? Because GPL will remain just like that. Guyana Water Inc. will remain just like that. And so many other facilities, government facilities, will remain the same way. The hospitals will remain the same way, with little changes, and life goes on. I know I didn't say namaste to all you wonderful people. So let me take this opportunity to say namaste to all of you listening in Guyana and around the world. It's Monday. Yes, it's Monday. And let's get going. The government is spending $97 million to rehabilitate the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall. Yes, Auntie, to fix them up. $97 million. Each one of my program, Uncle, I have to bring you guys up to date as to how the hundreds and billions of tax-paying dollars are being spent in this country using fancy language, fancy words like rehabilitate, when they're changing a few zinc sheets, 1 and 2 boards, doors and windows on buildings. Yeah, man, $97 million. You can get a brand new state-of-the-art sports hall. But this is Guyana. Yeah, man. This is how your politicians running this land with your tax dollars. We're reporting tomorrow how a Sri Lankan company was given 12.8 million American dollars. Yes. To construct, to build a hydropower plant in Region 9 to generate 1.5, let me repeat this thing, 1.5 megawatt of electricity for the residents there and upgrade the Mokomoko hydro plant. You hear that, Bernard? Uncle, the price in today's world for hydro per megawatt is less than 1.5 million US. That is the price. Guyana is spending 13 million US for build a 1.5 mega plant and upgrade Mokomoko plant. That 12.8 million US can give you about 6 hydro plants in different regions of this land. But, like I said, this is Guyana you live in. The Ministry of Agriculture today in Parliament asking for 740 million to do drainage works. Ask them 6 months from now to show you the drainage works they do for that $740 million, and you will drop dead. Not Glenn. You. Ask them to see it. Those 3 stories we're carrying tomorrow in the newspapers. These type of things you people don't know or hear about. But they do report in the Kaieteur news. But like I said, many of you don't have the time and can't afford to buy the newspaper or do not have the technology to read the Kaieteur news online free. So I will have to bring a couple of them every time I speak on this program. And with that, Mr. Bob, let's get going. Let's get going with the oil, brother. You know, oil is the future, man. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. Oil is the future. Just before I came on here, that clip that was playing there, yes. Which country, Bernard? Equatorial Guinea. You heard? Yes. You heard of what ExxonMobil did to the government, yes. To the president, yes. And the president's son. Yes. And 3/4 of that country. That country was the fastest growing economy in the entire Africa. Yes. You hear me? Yes. Where is it today? Dead broke and 3/4 of the population starving. The same thing beginning to happen here now. Guyana is the fastest growing country on earth, not in Africa. And look 30, 40 years from now, where our grand or great grand or your children will be and how they will be living. Oh, we're sharing half and half profit in this US $1 trillion business, and we don't know what is going on out there. You like that? Yes. We don't know what is going on out there. Neither do we have any idea or say on the money Exxon them spending. Exxon, our partner. Them spending out there, and we know nothing whatsoever. Thanks to President Ali, Vice President Jagdeo, and the opposition leaders. It is Monday night, and I want to say Merry Christmas to each and every one of you with a great big smile on my face. We don't know nothing, brother. Yes. Yes, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. Mohammed, sir. Merry Christmas. So much going on and so little hours in a day to tell you people the craziness going on in this fastest growing country on earth called Guyana. But I'll try my best to share with you as much as I can of all that comes my way. That's all I can do, brother. That's all I can do. Ghana. I visited Ghana 3 months ago. Ghana, who is now trying to run out the Chinese from their gold fields, lithium and diamond fields. Can't get anywhere because plenty of the Chinese people there already become citizens of Ghana, meaning they have full rights. Ghana have just point blank refused to approve an FPSO, a floating ship to pump up more oil from another well. Let me repeat this, Uncle. Ghana yesterday just refused to approve another floating ship to pump up oil. Ghana told the British oil company working there to use the one they got nearby to cut and save money. Yes. Use the one to cut costs and save money. That single decision, Mr. Bob, would save Ghana over $1 billion American dollars. Now they're learning after these years and doing the right thing for their starving people and country. And at the same time, putting a stop to the oil company ripping them off with those floating ships. Uncle, this is one of the million ways them oil companies used to rip off countries blind with floating ships. How can you allow a man to buy 2 combines for cut 1 rice field, which your paddy have to pay for? How come? They are giving their friends big money to build combines, shortening your share of the paddy by doing that. You understand? You will not buy 2 tractor or 2 plow to plow a 10-acre rice field. Nobody does that. Hell no. Not true, one.
Of course.
Well, that's what the British Oil Company wanted to do in Ghana. And the government stopped them in their tracks. Just a few days ago. Kaieteur News reported this story Saturday. Saturday, Mr. It's the same con game Exxon playing with us. And Jagdeo, along with the opposition, embracing it. Embracing it. One ship after another. The 4 ships that Guyana done approve, Lisa 1, 2, 3, and 4, can bring up all the oil we have out there. It will only take a little more time. So why rush and bring in more oil ships that will take away billions of US dollars from our oil profits? Huh?
Yeah.
Tell me, man.
Yeah.
Why not slow down and get the most out of those 4 ships? Just like the world is preaching on us to do, man. You guys have any idea the kind of money these guys already ripping me off on those 4 projects, man? Huh? It's in the tens of US billions, uncle and auntie. To keep on bringing more and more ships is only adding to the billions, uncle. It's only adding to the billions. The oil will done and Guyana will left with a debt to continue paying for those oil ships. Not only for the inflated ships, but also for all the other things the oil companies claim they're buying and put out there. The little money Guyana will get out of the oil, let me repeat, would not even be able to pay off the debts. Plenty of oil producing countries end up like that, just like that. Where oil, when the oil done, they go away and they can't pay the debts. This is what an international group is warning Guyana about. It was part of the Saturday story we carried in Kaieteur News, uncle. You guys can pull it up and read it. The people told Guyana to plug up all the loopholes and correct all the weaknesses to avoid being abused and abused by the oil companies. This group, Mr. Bob, actually begging Guyana to look at all the contracts between ExxonMobil and their partners. That's what these people are actually begging us to do. Who providing services or who selling them the different types of products. This group warned Guyana to look out for fake companies the oil companies using to rip off oil countries, and to pay keen attention with the subcontracts oil companies used to do business with. Man, the people said too much scampishness and skullduggery that's go on between the oil companies and them friends and fake companies. Uncle and auntie, the people are saying you can't imagine the kind of rip-off that is going on between oil companies and the people they use to supply them. It's too much. Guyana can lose everything. Come on, guys. These experts warning Guyana to be part of and watch like a chicken hawk all the contract figures carefully. Carefully. Man, let me repeat this thing, man. The people telling Guyana to watch the figures on the contracts. It is so important to keep your eyes fixed on these contracts. Your oil can drain out and you will still left with your mouth open, waiting for a drop to fall in your mouth. When these people done with you, if you don't keep your eyes on what is going on. I can't, Bob, I can't wait, Bernard. I can't wait to see what Suriname will pay for their Liza 1 and compare it to Guyana Liza 1. You hear me? I am waiting patiently. And I am sounding a bell to you people and to Jagdeo and Ali and Northinet. Wait, we will see. To compare the cost for their floating ship against our floating ship that we buy for Liza 1. God Almighty don't sleep. He's on my side and our side, and we will fling that in the faces of Jagdeo and the opposition. I'm just waiting. Maybe by next year they will have it. I know, Bernard, cookery will go on. In Suriname too. But not to the extent what these wise politicians we have here is allowing to happen in this land. It's not going to happen in Suriname. That Saturday story, Uncle, that I'm talking about now, I even instructed the editor to put it back in the Sunday paper because the story is so important for every one of us to read and reread to capture the essence of that story. Our future is at stake there, man. Now, Bernard, you tell me. Bob, tell me, man. International groups have to warn Guyana, have to warn a government about being part of a contract that can harm your body? Huh? Even a common entrance child knows that, man. You want to tell me that Jagdeo doesn't know that he must see all the agreements that are being made to supply all the cement, all the pipelines, all them cables, all them chemicals, all them drill bits that will be taking out billions in US dollars from our oil? Eh? You want to tell me a leader no know yasi all them thing, man? You want to tell me that these wise people running this country doesn't know that? Huh? Bernard? You got to tell them to see all the contracts and agreements, buddy? It's no part of the world these things happen, man. Huh? You want to tell me somebody got to go tell them to see the cost for those supply boats and agreements? See the agreement they made to pay for helicopter services? transportation services that is eating up billions of American dollars, man? Ever not? Nah, man, I don't think so, man. Hmm? Jagdeo, out of all persons, knows everything. No international group have to hold his hands and show him what he has to do with loopholes. Nobody has to hold his hands to show him the weaknesses of these contracts, man. No. Jagdeo, Brasington and Ashley Singh are kings. They are the best in the world where contracts are concerned. I don't want to go tell you some of the contracts these guys make out for themselves. Man, uncle, you want to tell me an international group got to tell Jagdeo that he has to see the cost for those oil ships before ExxonMobil give the shipbuilders the clearance to build it? Eh? Anybody got to tell you that, brother? I can't hear you, man. You're shaking your head. There's a radio station you're in. I want to hear you.
That's a no-brainer.
No.
Thank you, man.
No.
Thank you.
That should be a no-brainer.
Gosh, man. Really? A man like Jagdeo doesn't know that? A man like Jagdeo doesn't know that he got to see the agreement Guyana is paying to lease or rent, whichever word you want to use, those drill ships that is drilling every hour out there, man. Huh? Uncle? Why would any international group have to tell we Guyanese leaders what a basic common sense or children's common sense,
It's a
man?
no-brainer.
Huh?
Let you do a no-brainer.
Mr. Bob, you and your neighbor got a little business together, man. You have a business, man. Half and half. You think your neighbor can give any contract to his friends and you don't have no say in that?
No. Partnership don't work like that.
You neighbor can pay his daddy what he feel like out of the business and you accepting that?
No.
Huh?
You don't work like that.
Exxon Guyana. You hear me? The manager of Exxon here, Exxon Guyana, the local Exxon in Guyana, is paying them head office. Is paying them head office, them papa in America, out of we oil money before sharing profit. Billions a year. And they call that consultancy fee. You didn't hear me, Bernard. You want me to repeat?
Billion?
Yeah, man. In 2019 and 2020, $2 billion in the financials, it's there, was paid to the head office as consultancy fee.
Wow.
Man, them are pay themselves to advise themselves. Oh boy, this is Guyana. Your neighbor can pay his daddy $1 million salary a month and tell you that his daddy is an advisor in the company? Huh? That is only one minor example I shared tonight, Uncle. Oh boy, only one thing we share along out there, Uncle Auntie, in which the bill already meet over 50 billion American dollars that has to come out from we oil. And all the leaders, them silent on it. Them don't know nothing. You ask them how Guyana has $50 billion. Until now, nobody can answer you. When I started this program, I asked a simple question. What is the interest rate Guyana is paying on the loans the oil companies them took to buy all those floating ships and have all those projects going on out there. President Ali went to Borby, so when one is supposed to ask him how much we pay him, he tell President Ali that President Ali asked him, he said, you listening to the Lall program? We have all the answer to all the questions he's asking. But today, nobody can tell us answer now. What interest we pay? Oh boy, I love this country. I love this country. Uncle and auntie, y'all don't have a clue what these leaders are allowing Exxon to do to y'all and all of us. Yes. I could see some of you shaking your head through the radio station in disbelief. But this is what the oil companies do all over, Uncle. This is their history, their culture. This is their religion. This is their way of life. To rape you with your clothes on. Man, woman, and child. And then skin you alive. Pack salt in you. And tell us, they are our best friend. Yes. That's what these guys do. Oh. Did I say Merry Christmas?
Yes.
Let me say it back again. Merry Christmas, Uncle and Auntie. Oh. Today's technology, I can't help but love it. Google them, Uncle. Check their history. Look at their footprint. It's all over Africa, Asia, and their own country, America and China. And now they're planting their foot in our face. Yes, in Guyana. Uncle, if they can do that to their own brothers and sisters in America, do I have to tell you what they will do to me and you? This is what that international group in a nutshell warning Guyana about. And the Kaieteur News reported it Saturday. Now, look what the point man Jagdeo is focusing on every day in the newspapers. I'll give you guys some example. Getting ExxonMobil to give couple Guyanese contracts to supply bora, bhaji and tomato, little beef and chicken, along with a taxi and trucking services. And they call that local content. A couple Guyana dollar contract is what he's focusing on, and not the US billion-dollar contracts. Y'all must find the time to glance at the Guyana Times, where I believe he is the real owner behind the scene. And you will see what is important to him for Guyana, what they report on a daily basis. Oh, wow. Yesterday's lead story in that same newspaper, Bernard, says ExxonMobil considering purchasing carbon credits. Routledge, ExxonMobil country head says so in the Guyana Times. And the strapline says, private sector body laud government for this historic carbon credit agreement. Carbon credit agreement, Bernard. You hear that? Exxon considering purchasing carbon credit, and it's a historic agreement. The private sector body clapping their hands with the government and calling this an agreement, a historic one. The billions of US dollar agreement that the private sector body should have been pushing the government to go after, they are not doing that. That would have been, guys, in the private sector. That would have been history making had they gone after the ExxonMobil contract. Had they gone after it, all Guyana would have been jumping up for joy by now. Just like what the international group is pressing Guyana to do. Go after the contract. Look out for these agreements. But this is what Jagdeo is proud to report as the lead story in the Guyana Times yesterday morning. Exxon considering giving us a small piece, and that is historic for them. Uncle, if I want a real historic agreement in this country, scrap the ExxonMobil contract and let's start all over again. That can only happen with feet on the ground and your mouth open big to shout at them. That will be a historic agreement. Not giving me 2 pennies for not cutting down with trees, with forests. No. Why should we keep our trees intact, our forest intact, to give the world fresh air to breathe, when we can sell it and make money? Huh? How can your neighbors on both sides, Mr. Bob, cut down them timber, sell it, make billions, living like kings and queens, and want to throw a small piece over at your house to save your trees, to give them fresh air to live with? Is that fair? Huh? Since when that can be fair, Bernard? Huh? Them children living like prince and princess, and you on fainting from hunger in school. That in a nutshell is what Hess and ExxonMobil doing to Guyana with this historic carbon credit agreement, throwing a few pennies at us. Bernard, you know where the pennies coming from?
2%?
It's coming from the oil. They're going to thief it out from there and throw it on you and tell you that's a historic agreement.
All money given back to us. Come.
You want to hear the second story the Guyana Times carried yesterday? The second lead story? I have to read this thing, man, because it's important for the Guyanese people get to understand the mind thinking of the leaders, the man who running this country.
Exactly.
Actioning of remaining oil blocks to start within 2 weeks. Vice President Jagdeo. That's the next lead story. Oil blocks were got little compared to the rich Stabrook block where Exxon own. He putting up for sale and saying that these new contracts are being rewritten and it will be finalized through a public process. You hear that, Bernard? I have to tell the people this, you know. It's important. This new oil block where you put up on nothing will go through a public process. You hear that, Bernard? He's trying to tell Guyana that this new contract, the public will have a say inside. But the ExxonMobil contract, oh, and what is going on presently in the oil industry, oh, he goes out of his way to make sure we see nothing. Yes, we see nothing. Everything is secret. We have no say. You see the game this man is playing with us and playing with his country? Everything is being hidden from us. Down to the smallest reports are being kept under lock and key, uncle. The agreement that they're selling the oil is hidden from us. Why, man? Why, Mr. Bob? Why? Why he hiding them? Why he doesn't want us to know? How much is he involved there? That he doesn't want us to know, Mr. Bob. Bernard? You see what is important for Jagdeo through the pages of the Guyana Times? Let me tell y'all what he's doing. Instead of focusing on the big money items like the foreign supplier agreements, Jagdeo is sitting down and scheming every day how to kerfuffle the Guyanese people with his distractions and games, while Exxon, they're miles ahead of he, concocting how to blindfold, hang we, and strip Guyana naked. Did I say Merry Christmas? I keep forgetting. Merry Christmas, Uncle. And I mean it, for 2022. Not 2023, 2022. Sorry, Uncle. It's too much thing going through my mind. Forgive me for not telling you Merry Christmas earlier. And forgive me from the bottom of my heart. Merry Christmas to you and your family. May God Almighty move Bara Jagdeo and your leaders to do the right things so that all of us can truly breathe the spirit of the Christmas holidays. I do believe they can do it, you know. I believe so. What do you say, Mr. Bob? Yes, they will. They will. I did a TikTok yesterday that I want to share with you. You don't have, who don't have access to TikTok. This one is sweeter than Guyana sugar. My page that I posted on have over 11,000 from yesterday afternoon to now. And on the Facebook page got about 20 something thousand. People taking my TikTok and them getting more viewership than me. But I'm happy. The world is seeing them. This is what I said. Technology. This is what and this is why I love today's technology. Lall make a TikTok and people sharing it on their pages and getting more viewership than me. I am happy. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing it.
Keep on doing it.
Keep on doing it. I said, ExxonMobil put up a huge signboard across the Demerara Harbor Bridge to tell the Guyanese people the percentage of profits that they're giving us out of the Stabroek block. Vice President Jagdeo don't know exactly what we get in. So them put up billboard for tell the Guyanese people what we get in. You have that tape? Play it, let me refresh their memories with it. What he told me. Go ahead.
Right now, we are getting just over 50% of the total take. So where we move from between 50, 52, 59, whatever you define it as.
You heard him. Whatever you define it as. This is a smart man. President Ali put the oil sector in Guyana. that cannot say definitively to this country what percentage of revenue the Guyanese people are receiving from our oil deal. Pumping oil 3 years now. Eh? Now, Alastair Routledge of ExxonMobil is spending millions further shortening our share to build and erect huge billboards to tell we the Guyanese people we are getting 52% out of the oil deal. You hear about? 52% of what? Not the whole apple, but 52% of a quarter of the apple Guyana is getting. Guys, what Exxon should have been telling us on those huge billboards is who getting the 3/4 of the apple plus the other half of the quarter apple which remains. You want me to repeat what I said, man?
Yes.
You get me clearly?
You think we're fools?
Let me repeat so you understand. What ExxonMobil should tell us, right, is who getting the 3/4 of the apple plus the other half of the quarter apple which remains. It's mind-boggling that the white man can put up billboards staring us in our faces to mislead all of us. And our leaders, all of them are silent, numb and dumb.
Complicit.
Uncle, if you live in Essequibo, Auntie, if you live in Diamond, or this part of Demerara or Berbice, you have to cross the Demerara Harbour Bridge to see the ExxonMobil billboard to know what percentage Guyana is getting. While Jagdeo don't know. He can't say definitively what we get in. And while them don't know, Exxon partner John Hess telling the world they have nothing to fear in Guyana. They can get back all the money they invest in Guyana even before they start pumping oil. How sweet this deal Trotman give them. You believe this thing? Huh? Bernard, you hear that?
I heard it, yeah.
Before them pick a mango from your tree, them can recover their investments. This is how sweet. This is how sweet Guyana deal is for them in the 21st century. That is the man who ExxonMobil sell 30%. Hess Corporation, he said that. ExxonMobil sell 30% of the Stabroek deal to them. He's saying that. Money is like drizzle in Guyana for these people. And Jagdeo not making any effort to change or wring them hand a little bit for the starving nation. Although we holding the trump card in my hand, you know, brother. We have the trump card in my hand. We're not doing anything. Uncle, what I just told you there was the lead story in Kaieteur News yesterday. John Hess said, each one of these investments in Guyana is between 6 to 10 billion US. And that includes the cost for the floating ship, the FPSOs, drilling and subsea infrastructure. The man said, Exxon has done an exceptional job bringing several projects in Guyana forward ahead of schedule and under the original budget. At the end of the day, the man said, 75% of revenue made. You hear that? That is the 3/4 apple we're talking about. The man said, at the end of the day, these are he words, you know. At the end of the day, 75% of revenue made goes against the costs incurred each year. So that is a very tax efficient and cash efficient way for you to recoup your investment. Bernard,
What investment?
75% of the revenue them sell every day. That 3/4 of the apple, them are recoup as cost. You hear me, man? It means Guyana is heaven, or heaven in Guyana for them, man. With those words, 3/4 of the apple coming out as expenses, Bernard, that we don't know about, body? Huh? Man, any donkey gonna bray about that, man.
Of course.
Huh? Me allow a man to take out 75 bags of me paddy till the rice done for pay for he combine. Eh? Why it even cost 400 bag paddy? Come on, man. Eh? Me a cock up me foot and drink whiskey on the rocks, bro. With a deal like that. Although the doctor advised me not to do it. You know, I'll do it. That is what the oil companies with their shareholders and their country is doing every day to Guyana's oil. Read the story, uncle. It was yesterday's. It was in our yesterday's Kaieteur news. And read tomorrow lead story to hear how ExxonMobil disclosed today. You want to hear what it disclosed today? We carry the story tomorrow on. That they are giving their boss man, Darren Woods, and the executives 10% increase. But not a single cent for any Guyanese working there. You gotta love this country, eh? You hear that? Tomorrow there's a lead story, man. Them a increase ExxonMobil boss man salary 10%. Exxon boss man, he used to get 1.7 million US a year.
No, Glenn, 25 million US a year.
That's what the story said, bro. Now don't argue with me, please. 1.7 million, or maybe, maybe 1.7 million a month or something like that.
10% increase, yeah. Probably a month, yeah.
Now, they raise them 10% to 1.875. He 10% increase, Bernard. Anyhow, you twist him and turn him, it's 34 million Guyana dollar. Imagine how many billions more coming out of your oil in that 10% before profit is shared. Ask Jagdeo if he authorized any salary increase for that CEO. For our CEO. Ask Jagdeo if he have any say into the salaries being paid out there in which we are a 50-50 partnership. Bob?
Yes.
Ask he. You see what's happening in this land, Bob? Man's salary increase, salaries are being paid, and you as a 50-50 partner doesn't know what's going on. We didn't get a story in Guyana. That story report by a British newspaper. Oh. Exxon can just wake up and increase his people's salaries to whatever amount they want, but nothing for the Guyanese workers or the British workers. I see a couple days ago the British workers working with ExxonMobil, big protest in the streets of London for an increase of pay. They're not increasing. You see who they're increasing? Not workers, the big boys. Yes. This is how these smart leaders we have in Guyana running a $1 trillion sector with a half and half profit sharing agreement. Yesterday, uncle, we carried another story in which government is refusing to make public the report on the 9 billion Payara review, what a Canadian woman did. Yes, the Canadian woman named Alison Redford did. They're refusing to release that report. Vikram Bharat told Patterson in writing for go and read the license he issued with the contract to understand what the lady said in she report. Hear that? Meaning, uncle, Patterson and Guyana, me and you must read the Payara Petroleum license if we want to understand the work done by the Canadian woman and accept everything. And just accept everything. Exxon supply on the $9 billion. Yes. She said, go read them. Right? And Guyana accept everything. That's how we do. We must not see the raw report. That's basically what she's saying. You know, if Guyana or the world sees that report, had we seen the report, Exxon would have never get that project approved. Not even by a donkey. This is why they have to hide it from us. This is why Jagdeo wouldn't want the Guyanese or the world to see it. But, guys, these are your leaders, bent on selling out the country's assets, deceive and playing games with the citizens of this country. It's games. You spend money on a Canadian woman to bring her to review a $9 billion American dollar project for Guyana. This woman never did such a project before. Such a project does take no less than 2 years to review, right? With a bunch of experts. This woman done them in few months. You know, see, this is the reason why they can't let us see the report. Yeah. This is why they have to write David Patterson, and tell him, read the license. We can't see the report. Man, all these things, every single day, every Guyanese should have been on the streets with the kind of thing Jagdeo, Ali and Norton are allowing to happen in this country. Did I say Merry Christmas? I forgot. Merry Christmas, Alison Redford and Alastair Routledge. Hope you guys and your families are happy to do what you guys doing to the brown, black, and purple people of this country. Thank you. And Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy the Christmas. Going home last night from the office, I saw the Christmas tree they always light up at Houston, looking very beautiful, Bernard. Guess who is one of the sponsors?
The same people sponsor the cricket?
The same people who sponsor the cricket. I believe he is the main sponsor. They are the main sponsor. ExxonMobil. Their name will be coming up in almost everything, uncle. Look and you will see. They were with the cricket. They're sponsoring football and basketball. They're putting themselves everywhere. They were in the main street Christmas light up with a few dollars. Bernard, they're doing all this. You understand? You know why they're doing all this? Man, they're doing all this thing and got the whole country clapping their hands. Yay, yay, yay! Look why Exxon contributing to sports, making Guyana bright and beautiful. But little you guys know, Bernard, check the cost that is coming out from your oil by doing these things. You think it's for free? You think anything for free in this land? And this is another way. This is another way of the million ways oil companies just rob you and rob you blind. They spend till $10 million for make all of your children feel nice to see a beautiful Christmas tree. And thief out 20 million behind your back from the oil. They sponsor the cricket. You all know how much they thief out back there? Check the books. Check the expense books and you all will see. I want to end tonight's program by sharing a TikTok with all of you by a man named T.D. Drakes, titled, "When Surviving Isn't Safe." Let me repeat it, man. Titled, "When Surviving Isn't Safe." I am dedicating this message from this gentleman to all the politicians of this country. You would hear the man saying, when people get a pay raise or get elected to office, they forget their culture and the people who beneath them, who helped them put them in office. You would hear the man say, they adapt other people's culture to be one of them. Bernard, this is exactly what our leaders are doing with ExxonMobil. Hugging up, kissing up, sucking up, forgetting who put them there. Listen to that thing keenly, please. Play it.
To the culture, little by little, you are eroding your own identity. The desperate need we have to fit in, to be accepted, and all that we do to send out signals to the culture that we are one of them means that we are none of us. Anytime being one of them becomes more important than being you, you do not recognize that their acceptance is creating the erosion of your own identity. All of us know people who got a job and they changed them, who moved in a position and they changed their voice and their voice inflection, they start talking funny and start acting like they didn't know you even though they knew you last week. But just because you got a pay raise, don't go crazy, baby. They may take it back next week. And you might need some of the people that you walked away from. Don't burn the bridge just because you got a helicopter. You may be back on the bridge again. The abomination with Jerusalem is that they have allowed themselves to be snatched away culturally from who they were. The loss of their identity has caused them to assimilate to the point that God is upset with them. And I believe that if he were to come today, he would be upset with the church. I believe he would be upset with the church because we are bent on living like, looking like, dressing like, walking like, singing like, performing like them, when we were supposed to be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. And yet we are letting hip-hop and the world and other people decide who we are and how we are, and we no longer think we're cool if we're different, and we have been captured by those we have captured. God is upset because he has found himself asking the same question he has in Genesis. Adam, where art thou? I'm looking for you. Where are you? What happened to you? What have you come to that you have forgotten who you are? Have you mean you have endured so much pain that you're unrecognizable and you have turned in your nice for nasty? Where are you with your loving heart, with your giving heart, with your praying heart, with your worshiping heart, that you have imitated your sisters of heathen nations? And now you pride yourself on being cold. Where are you as men of God that you have turned into wimps?
Oh boy. Ali, where art thou? Where is your voice to what is going on in this country? The people are looking for you. Where are you? What have you come to that you have forgotten who you are and what you were elected for? We need you to lead. And don't have Jagdeo mislead you and us. Mr. Ali, the man said, where are you with your loving heart, your praying heart, with your worshiping heart, that you are imitating your sisters' nations, meaning Exxon in America, CNOOC in China, and not Guyana and the Guyanese people. Where are you as men of God that you have turned into wimps in front of ExxonMobil? I love that man for his words have pierced my heart. Hope it did. For all of you listening tonight. Do have a great evening. And let's begin with the phone calls. Don't burn the bridge, Mr. Ali, because of flying in a helicopter. You would need the people to put you back in that chair to fly in private jets. So at least get helicopters for the people. We have that kind of wealth out there, floating in the Atlantic Ocean, that can give every Guyanese a helicopter, a mansion, and the latest electric cars. This country can really become heaven on earth, my friend.
Definitely.
Can really become heaven on earth for the citizens of this country only if you get rid of that greedy, selfish, nasty wimp. No name, no warrant. Jagdeo said, the British company who get the oil contract to sell we oil is not getting any commission. They're selling the oil for free. We are fools. We are fools. We are still waiting to see the contract, Mr. Ali. And take the phone call from me, please. You know, when you get down into these things, it gets to your heart. Bernard, we are fools, you know.
Definitely. We acting like one.
We are fools. Man selling you oil, a big British firm selling you oil for free. Yet we can't see the contract. But that is kind of minor, you know. The big picture, what we have out there. We have more oil than the earth has. You know, that's the kind of oil these people find.
And they're finding more.
Every minute of the day they're finding oil there, bro.
When you see that, you see like that give we get Christmas tree lights we enjoy free Christmas. They enjoy millions of US dollars in benefits and bonuses, and we get in Christmas lights.
We know.
That's what they're giving against people. Christmas lights.
It's tired, man. We're tired with this thing, bro. It's too much.
You know,
Kevin? Yeah, but I see 2-3 calls coming there, but I didn't take it.
Yeah, but you see, Glenn, the Guyanese people.
I was speaking to an intelligent guy today. We were talking about the 2 persons who got electrocuted that you mentioned. I said that should never happen because nobody should be stealing current. All Guyanese should be getting free electricity from our oil money that we already got. You know? 300 million US would give the whole of Guyana free current.
Yes, good night. Can you hold a second, please? Yes, Bernard, go ahead.
Right? Yes. So I'm saying if you're taking 300 million US out of our oil money and put 3 solar plants in Escobar, Dema, and Bobbies, all Guyanese residential customers should be getting free electricity. Trinidad, when they're producing oil, people get free electricity. Venezuela, people get free electricity. The resources belongs to the people. Anyway, take the call, Glenn. Go ahead.
Many oil countries, citizens don't pay for electricity.
Of course.
And water.
Of course.
As a matter of fact, they have no bills. Yes, sir. Good evening. You're live on the air.
Hi, good evening. All the audience and you there. Good evening to all of you.
Yes, good evening. Good evening. Thanks for calling.
No, I'm calling from Mexico coast here. You know,
Go ahead.
yes. You know, just after the study hospital here, they are building a private hospital nowadays. People are building a private hospital.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? And when you go for a blood test at the hospital, they're sending you to Sigma Lab to do a blood test.
They're sending you to the private lab.
Yes, to the private lab.
Yeah, because if you have a public hospital and it has nothing inside, then you can't vex with the doctors and the nurses. They send you where you can get it. You're lucky they didn't have to come to Georgetown to get it done. Right?
They just say how much million they get into do things to the hospital, US.
Man, I tell you, 3 years from now, that 40 million US that they said they're going to put 3 hospital. That 3 hospital, they said they're going to rehabilitate the 3 hospital. 3 years from now, it's going to be the same way. It's going to be looking like Jagdeo, the same way Jagdeo looking.
And the next thing, you remember Jagdeo said that you owe him an apology at the front page of your paper, and you called the guy that sent 6 months before to him a document that we're going to give renewable current very cheap in Guyana.
You know, I don't even want to talk that story. That story is like a whole program. The man did call me. Jagdeo put the man to talk to Ramroop. Man, if I really have to tell you that story, it's an insult. Ramroop is a disgrace for Guyana. But it's not Ramroop. It's not Ramroop. It's Jagdeo set the man up. Jagdeo doesn't want nobody bring anything here, man. Them got them own name.
I got in a lot of friends to join the group, and I'm going to get all the information back to you and them things.
What group you joining now, man?
Your group, you group. Because Danny called me.
Relax yourself, buddy. Relax yourself. Relax. Calm down.
Yeah, brother, yeah.
Calm down. I get some pictures. Me tell you, send some pictures for me to publish in the newspapers.
Yes.
Asking for a review of the contracts. I need that. That is what we need. If you want to form a group to get it done, get the people to understand that. Let's carry out that type of protest. I am with you for that.
Yeah.
All right.
The guys that came up with you, I know all of them, and they know me well too. So we're gonna get together.
Thank you.
Yeah, you take.
Yeah, Bernard.
Yeah.
I was telling the guy, all Guyanese should be getting free electricity. You know what the guy's trying to tell me? No, we got to pay something. We can't give the people free current. So I asked him, I said, do you know the government is giving away that our money to the oil companies? So you would rather your Guyanese people pay, you'd rather they give the foreigners the money rather than give free corn to Guyanese. You know, Guyanese don't understand their worth, they don't understand their value.
Well, that is why we are doing this program, Bernard. To get people to understand what they really own, their value. They don't understand how rich they are, brother. This country is so rich. You hear me? That all of us, like what I just said there, we should have already been living in mansions, my friend.
Definitely. We should be living better than those in Dubai and Kuwait because we have more.
Yes. Yeah. 1 second. Good evening, you're live on the air.
Good night. My critics are listening to the show, man. You're lying now.
Huh?
You use the words. Critics are listening to the show now. You're lying now.
Okay. All right.
Your program yesterday, you're waiting. You're lying for me now. Good.
All right, thanks. He said critic learn for me. Critic understand everything what's going on. Plenty of people believe critic is a crazy fella. He's not. He got some brain and he got good business sense. He got good business sense. He understand what's going on. The man work for me, so I know. Every day we chat. So I know the guy. He's not what people think he is. But he's just hanging him out with a soup licking. You understand? He hang him out and I can't get him around. The man see children them hungry. So he got to go where he can get money to feed them. So I said, okay, buddy, if you're going to sell your soul, you understand? Yeah. And, you know, let me tell you, in life sometimes it's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. You have your children hungry and living, you know, a life that is of like animals. Women do prostitution to ensure that the children eat. So when you look back at what critic has done, sometimes that's why I talk to him all the time. I say you can't vex with the man. Like I said, if your children hungry, you can go and take what you gotta take.
You have to do what you have to do, exactly. But what about the other children in the country who are suffering, Glenn? What do you give?
But
opportunity.
It's better his children eat and let the rest die.
Oh no, for sure.
Because it's human behavior. Mm-hmm. You know, it's human instinct.
So you can't fault the guy for that.
Uh-huh. But what I fault him about, and what I get upset with him, is when he do things on his program to mislead the nation.
Exactly.
Right? He's sucking up to Jagdeo and, you know, hugging up Jagdeo and doing all with Jagdeo and the government. I have no problem with that. But don't do things that mislead a country.
Oh, just like that, and that signboard that Exxon is putting up there, Glenn, the main reason is to mislead again, is to think we're getting 50% of our oil.
Yeah.
We're not getting nowhere near 50%, we're getting 14%. Exxon gets to take away 85.5%. We're getting 14.5%.
I'm not going to get to that. That's another story. But I know we're getting less than that. Good evening, sir.
Namaste, my brother.
Namaste.
Yeah. One of the things was hot people, man, hot in all we Guyanese brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Is that none of these government, the big boys, they can't talk to you for every year on this program, man. I think, what in me, boy? Them people, this is who we got in this country, leading we people in this country. Eh? Them people that want burn out, man.
I am inviting them to come. I'm inviting them to come.
You invite all of them steady. From the APN, the people be all them you invite. And them people is not talking not who we here. Only you alone invite me here in this country. This is what really we have got through in this country. We want the Guyanese brother and sister, you wake up. You wake up and what Mr. Lall talking the man right. Because let me talk harder than here, man. You're right, everything when you talk, you're right. Because you're going to go and bush everyone wants to make a little goal. What next for you? You have to pick up and run. Or else it's brutalized. Get me what you got. And this is we country. This is what we going through this country, brother. All right, brother, me left things for all the people must stop, man. Thank you for listening to me.
Thanks. I went to Berbice, I went to Essequibo, and people meet and greet, and you hear people talk, They're happy for the program. They learn a lot out of the program. And the same questions the gentleman is asking, what happened to the government, what happened to the opposition, is that nobody's saying anything, Everybody just dancing with the flow. But, if I'm to be blunt, I could tell all Guyana that the exacting critic and so many outspoken individuals have done, hang them out with a soup leaking, is exactly what these politicians have done. Well, they may hang them out. Them open the whole front and in front the oil companies. So they are full. And once they are full, the nation will feel the squeeze. It's like what the oil companies did to Equatorial Guinea.
Give the politicians all the money instead of
Right. They give the politicians enough for make them stifle the country, and they're happy. They're happy. But I want all of them to know that the Guyanese people, day by day, they're beginning to understand, they're beginning to see what's happening, and they will pray nice prayers for you people. I also say nice prayers for you people. So don't worry. Wow. It's sad though. It's very, very sad. You see, Bob, what I have to go through here?
I'm watching, I'm listening, paying attention, full attention.
It's not an easy task. It's not an easy fight. Kevin? You got calls on there coming in? You see what happened? People, when they finish listening to this program, Bob, it's like you. Can you say anything? You're left numb.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You're left numb.
Yeah.
Not much you can say.
No. It's stunning.
Yes. And 3 times a week. I do this every single day. Every single day. If you were to spend a week with me in the editorial room, it's sad. Good evening, you're live on the air. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. You got to turn down your radio. You have to turn down the radio.
Okay, turn the tip down.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. I would like to say that we have to stop Jagdeo from turning the fifth project. You can go to court and get a stay order from the court to stop him from signing that fifth project.
I totally agree with you, ma'am.
Here. I don't think that sending him pictures will help. Because he did that the last time, and Jagdeo just went ahead and signed the phone project.
Can you hold a moment? I am willing to take ExxonMobil to court every single day. But 2 things I have to get. I have to get lawyers, number 1, and I have to get some money to pay the lawyers, number 2. Are we going to get that?
I could just go to the court and get a stay order.
How are we got to get lawyers to do that.
You got to stop him before he's going to sign it 12 o'clock at night again, man.
Exactly, he's going to sign it midnight. I am so happy that you remember the last one he signed overnight.
Yeah.
Midnight.
Okay, well, what will you do? Just collect pictures?
The Guyanese people have to come up. We have to get lawyers. We have to get money to fight this. Or we bring our bed, our mattress, and take it in front of Jagdeo house and surround his house that he must not come out from his house to sign any other project.
You don't want to sing Savaka. You don't want to start his house Savaka at night?
Of course. We can, if you guys want, I come have the program and go live in front of your house for the next month. I don't mind. I would spend Christmas morning in front of your house.
How will you know what he's doing in his house or in his office? Huh? Hello?
I'm hearing you.
No. We have to do something different, man. We have to do something.
You tell me what we can do. I tell you, you tell me what to do. I ask you two questions there. We have to get lawyers and we have to get money. And I could file, I could check tomorrow if you want. On the lawyers.
Let's see if you can get volunteers to contribute, no?
Most of the top lawyers in this country don't get tied up like iguana by the oil companies.
A lot about overseas people.
Well, overseas people want money, mommy, money.
Contributors I'm talking about.
Huh?
Donations.
Donations?
Yeah.
The overseas people want more donations than Guyanese right now. It's not easy overseas. In America, you can't walk with jewelry. In England, you can't walk with jewelry. Don't think.
What do you plan to do then? Just send in pictures?
Not pictures. I fully agree with you that Jagdeo should not be allowed to sign this fifth project. But what Lall alone can do?
You have to do something. How about calling out a countrywide strike or something?
That's what I want. If you can call up the people, I don't mind.
The people want somebody to tell them what to do and when they can come out for the strike, for the protest.
Which day? All right. You tell me which day you want to call a protest, and I will call the protest, and we will all come. Let's see how many people will turn out.
Here's the thing. I am a very old person. I wouldn't be able to take part in the protest. I'm sorry to say. But all these young, strong people can go and protest.
Mm-hmm. The whole Guyana can protest.
You tell them when you want them to go, and I'm quite sure you'll get this done.
And you're certain of that? Okay. Huh? Okay, well, Wednesday, I'm gonna fix a date. I'm gonna speak to some people, fix a date, and we'll hold a protest in front of Jagdeo house or his office.
In front of his office?
We can hold two. We can hold one in front of the opposition leader. We can hold one in front of the opposition leader.
I don't know if they have any influence. I think you have to concentrate in Jagdeo and personality and foreign power now.
All right. Well, you just let us know. Wednesday, I'll call a protest then. As you want a protest, we'll call a protest. Wednesday, I'm gonna announce a day or when we're gonna have the protest. Whether 1 day, 2 day, or whole week, throughout Christmas Day, whatever. Wednesday, I'm gonna announce it. Okay?
You're waiting on me to tell you?
No, I'm telling you Wednesday I will announce a day.
Oh, okay.
Have a great night. Thank you. Okay. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. I love that lady. You can see she's our grandmother. Listening, listening to the program. She telling you plain, I'm sickly, not able to come out on a protest, but she would be willing to join a protest if she had the strength. That's the kind of spirit you have there.
Yeah, but you can send she go and you know.
Yeah. Well, let's think about it, and we call a protest, and we take it from there. Kevin, we're gonna take a break tonight, guys. You have another call. We'll take it and call it a day. Good evening. You're live on the radio. Good evening. All right, we missed the call. And, with that, we say God bless you guys. Enjoy the evening. Go ahead. Yeah. Hello? They're cutting off.